Hi guys, it's Nigel, Lock and Key Independent Estate Agents, and I hope you're all well. And look at this glorious weather. So it's Saturday morning. Boris and Biden, they're all down in Cornwall, down at my home county, probably enjoying the pasties that are down there in the scenery. But where it's really at is just in here behind me, up here in Melksham, and just there it's a lovely property in Hazelwood Road. It's a very, very small favoured cul-de-sac, a level walk into town, and the property behind me, 4 bedrooms, detached, beautiful conservatory, lovely gardens, en suites as you'd expect, porch, living room, kitchen and dining room. They're very, very sought after properties, these guys, and you know what the property market is like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get straight into it. I'm just going to pan the camera around. We'll turn the camera around because, as you know, with my property tours, we'll just talk about the amenities, we'll talk about the cul-de-sac and what's around us, and then we're going to head straight into this property just there behind me, take a good look around and go from there. And here we are, guys, 100 Hazelwood Road, beautiful red brick detached property, favoured location. I think with these property tours now, you know that this market is very, very fluid. It's very, very busy. So I'm just going to quickly just show you what's up here. There's little walkways. They can take you through where the old Melksham house is. You can go up there and that will take you back into the town. For me, it's probably a 10-minute level walk into the town centre. There are bus routes at the top of the road, and of course you've got your garage and the confectionery as well. So ideally located this, but they're very, very sought after. Just turning the camera around, you can see there's a mixture of other detached properties around here in Hazelwood Road, and there just a few weeks ago was number 94 that we sold, and again that sold within 24 hours. So there's going to be a lot of interest in this, guys. We'll cover off why the owners are moving, but what we should do, let's head straight into this property and take it from there. And here we have it. So as we walk in, I just wanted to show you, there is obviously a side pedestrian access that will take you to the rear garden. Plenty of parking here, guys. 1, 2. There's a little dwarf or brick walling there that can be taken down, and of course if you wanted to, you can create more parking here as well. And I just mentioned there's little spur off roads as well. That's just for the communal parking. So again, guests have got plenty of room to park outside when you're visiting. So let's have a little wander inside. You can see that I've obviously left the front door open. Before I go in, I'm just going to pan that camera around just so you can see what's in front of you there, and then you can see the areas that you can park if you wanted to create more. Absolutely brilliant for that. Just before I also go in, you can see obviously this is a porch. This has actually been brought out. So when the owners did buy the property, the porch actually started from here. They've just extended it a little bit more just to create a little bit extra space. So I'm just going to close the door behind me, pan that camera around, and there you can see where that demarcation was. That's where the original porch was, and I think it's a really cute idea because it just gives you a bit more space as you come into this property, and then it doesn't feel like you're straight into that living room. You can see there's a stair lift that will be going with the property when the owners do move. Reasons for sale, just lifestyle. They want to get back to the coast. They've got their eye on a few properties, but as you know, you can't look view properties until you're up and running on the market and sold. So this won't be on the market very long. There's some areas that might be a little bit dated, but in the main it's a very, very good detached home. There'll be some things that people could change with it. I'll cover that off as we walk through the property, but it's a really decent home, this one, guys. So when we go, obviously this will just take us into this an area spacious living room. Plenty of areas for sofas, freestanding units, and of course in behind here another little area there just for extra bits of store. As I just come back on yourself, you can just see the size of this room. Feature fireplace. Some people might want to take that down. Obviously that's up to the new buyer. I think it gets in the way a little bit. I'd probably move that at some point. The other thing that I love about these properties in Hazelwood Road, obviously you can see a radiator, but look at these deep bay windows. Look at that lovely windowsill there. Bay window in front, takes you straight out into that garden. Really, really nice. And it's quiet up here. Even though you're in a cul-de-sac, and you're close to town. It's one of those cul-de-sacs that are really, really, really quiet and very, very sought after. So I'm just going to pan the camera around this way, just to have one final look at this sitting room. But you can see the size and the areas that you could put your freestanding bits and pieces. Now, before I go into this room, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually turn right, because there's a conservatory, there's a dining room here, but I just want to go right before we talk about that, and because there is a reason for that. So in here you can see inner passage. In this inner passage, quite useful actually, guys, because you've got a downstairs cloakroom. There you can see a pedestal washhand basin. As I come in, you can see there's the radiator and an obscure double glazed window. That just takes you to that side elevation. And as I just come back on myself, you'll see another door to the right. If I open this door, of course, this takes you into the integral garage. Like any garages, guys, there's plenty of storage in there. And most garages are just jam-packed full of bits and pieces. This is no different. But to the front there, where you saw the drive, there's your up and over door. And the handy thing is, just as I'm pointing my finger back on ourselves, we've got this personal door, and then that takes us into this inner lobby, which I think is very useful. And again, you can just close that door off as well. So you've got door to the garage there, close it back off, turn around, and that just takes you back into the living room with that lovely bay window, etc. So just continuing this, you can see there is another door here. This will then take us into the kitchen. So just going to go into the kitchen, pan that camera around and bring it from there. So it's the original kitchen in terms of size, but I just want to talk to you about that. I'll cover off what it's got, because basically we know it's got base units. All kitchens have eye-level cupboards. Obviously there's an extractor hood there. There's a range as well. Not sure if that's staying with the property. We'll cover that off later. But that's the space for the cooker. And if it's staying, then hey, that's a bonus. But I think these guys might take it. But if not, we'll cover that off, like I said, later. Space for white goods, archway. And that then takes you into a little utility area. Double glazed door that can take you to the right, which takes you into that front drive again, or to the left. And that goes into the garden. And if I just do a little sneak preview, that takes you into that lovely conservatory. And then back out into that garden, which we'll cover off later, but it's lovely. Now, what I've noticed that over the years, and you can check out the one that I sold down the road, a few doors down, number 94, but they opened all this up, and then they opened that up as well. And that's why I wanted to show you this kitchen first. Because the whole point of these tours is to demonstrate the possibilities of, anyone's property. And we get a lot of compliments. This is what these property tours are about, to help buyers and also sellers, but to help these buyers especially to see the potential or the possibilities of any home. And what other people have done is they've opened it up and they've taken the wall into that dining room. Closed off the dining room, you can put another door in there, then that will link then into that conservatory. So if you wanted a bigger, say, showpiece kitchen, that's the first thing that I would do, guys. It would only enhance the property, it would only enhance the value of the property, but also the living, if you've got a big family or whatever, and you want that bigger kitchen. Well, certainly it lends itself to do it. You just have to knock through there. And as I come through here, guys, it will then take you into this dining room area. That would then become your kitchen diner. If not, and you're happy with the size of that kitchen, the way it is with that utility, then you can keep the dining room separate. But as we come in, we might as well look at the dining room. Plenty of space for different bits and pieces, like your furniture, table, chairs, little desk there for if you're working from home, ideal, and then a radiator. And then this opens up with its patio doors. Come into there, and here you can see this lovely double glazed conservatory, and it's beautiful. And then that just takes you out into the garage. Not into the garage, this lovely garden at the rear. Absolutely stunning. You can see there's a radiator there, so it is heated. I'm just going to pan it across, just so you can see the size of it. The owners are there just sat out in the garden. Really cute. It looks like they've been together for years. Absolutely love them. Brilliant people. But like I said, they're looking to move to the coast. It's a pure lifestyle move. They didn't have to move, but it's something they've always wanted to do. And now they feel this time is right for them to move to the coast. So there we have it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the tour so far. That's the ground floor done. What we're going to do, let's get to the camera. Let's go upstairs. Let's take a look at the bedrooms, the ensuite and the bathroom. So as promised, here we go. So we're going to go up these stairs. Just to remind you again, those the stair lift will be going and the owners will be taking that with them. So go up into this landing area and of course you're going to start to see doors of different rooms. That's going to be the bedrooms. If I pan the camera up there is access to loft space there. Turn it around and then you can see other rooms as well. While we're here straight in front, why don't we just have a look? I'm just going to open up this one. Don't always open it up, but I think you'll be impressed. Plenty of linen shelving, plenty of storage, and storage is important in any property. And this one is no different. Open up into a very clean and tidy bathroom. I think it's a bit dated, guys, so I think someone at some point will probably change the panel bath, the colour scheme a little bit, just to smarten it up and modernise it. Maybe put a shower in there. I know it's got a shower attachment, but that's something that I would definitely look at. You got your panel bath. There's your low-level WC pedestal wash and basin there, guys. It is a nice size room. You can see these tile walling all the way throughout. Half tile walling, I should say. And then there's your double glazed window that just takes you to the rear elevation. As I pan it down, see a radiator, see some scales. Don't go on there because I just love my food. Come back out. You can see where we just came up there. Back up to the landing area, and I'm just going to turn the camera around again. And there's that bathroom suite. But like I said, it's very clean and tidy. You're going to modernise it. There's going to be elements, like I said earlier in the video, that you'll make some changes. But the integrity of this build, what you're going to see outside, the garage, conservatory, and everything else that goes with it, it's a great buy, guys. And this won't be on the market very long. So please do get in touch. You know how it works at the moment. So as I'm going to come around, I'm just going to come back on myself because there are two rooms. So I'm just going to take you into the smaller room. So let's call this bedroom 4, but you can see it covers a single bed. You could make a little workstation here. And of course now with home schooling, with COVID and people working from home, they don't have to say work at the Shard in London or down at my neck of the woods in St Ives, Cornwall, you know, meeting the G7 lot. You know, people are working from home, so they're setting up these bedrooms now as offices, and it's a great idea, especially if you don't have, say, 3 or 4 kids, you've only got yourselves or 1 or 2 children, you've got a spare room. These are the rooms now that have been converted into offices. Of course, you can see there's going to be a little radiator there, double glazed window that just takes you to the rear and that rear garden. And if I pop my camera out, I'm sure these guys won't mind. They're just sat there in the garden, and there's that lovely rear garden as well. Absolutely lovely. Turn it around, you can just see this little recess there from the door as well, so you can put some shelving in there if one wanted to. Come back out. And you can see there's a bit of stuff. Obviously they're getting prepared for the move. They're going to start putting things into boxes. This is a double bedroom. Usually the double bed will go there. Double glazed window to that front elevation. There is a radiator in here as well. And you can see there's some storage cupboards as well. So let's go out. So that's then the 3rd bedroom. You've seen the bathroom. We come back out on yourself, and then let's go into this bedroom number 2. You can see there's some wardrobes there. They're built in, and it's a very well lit, light and airy room, this, guys. Double bed goes in there. You've seen the garden at the rear. You know there's a radiator there. Let's just turn this around. And again, you can see built-in wardrobes as well. Really, really, really useful. And decent size. Really decent sized bedroom, this. So let's go back out from here. I'm just going to show you one more angle of this room. Decent double. And of course, bedroom 2 wouldn't be without bedroom 1. So last but not least, bedroom 1. Double bed, plenty of areas there, guys, for your freestanding bits and pieces. Nice bay window to that front. You can see there's a little room in there. That's going to be where your ensuite is. Bring that around. And of course then you can see built-in wardrobes again. Very, very useful. And a really decent sized room this, really, really good. And I haven't seen these in a while, for a few years, these. Let's open these up instead of a door. And that just takes you into that ensuite. There's your shower unit, shower cubicle, shower over, washhand basin with the vanity unit below, and there's your low-level WC. Obviously there's a chrome style or ladder style radiator. And again, you've got some tile walling there, guys. There's your double glazed window to that front elevation. But really, really decent ensuite. Found the camera back out. There's your built-in wardrobes again with those mirrored doors. And then your double bed, you know, with your bits and pieces around it. So that's the upstairs, guys, done. You've got your 4 bedrooms, you've got your ensuite, you've got your bathroom, some bits that you could tidy up when you move in, but a nice sized family home upstairs. Let's get outside, let's have a look at the garden at the rear. I'm itching to get out in that sun and we can take it from there. And here we go, guys, just walking through this conservatory, and out we come into this beautiful enclosed rear garden. And look at that. And it's about 11:30, Saturday morning. What can you hear? My flip-flops, maybe? Birds singing. And the sun comes into here all day. In fact, as my finger goes, the sun is there, and it will just come all the way around, so you'll get the sun into this rear garden. And if there's anybody that knows their trees, I'm not an expert, that is a very rare Indian bean tree. So if you want to Google it, please do so. If you love your trees, an Indian bean tree. You don't see many of those, actually. So very, very nice. And let's finish it off with that rear aspect of the property. How handsome that rear is with that lovely conservatory coming out. And that's it in a nutshell, guys. Really decent detached property in Hazelwood Road. Any questions, give me a nudge. It's Nigel, Lock and Key Pent Estate Agents. Telephone number 01225 707 342. I hope you're enjoying this weather, guys. Please get in touch as quickly as you can if you are interested in this property. One thing just to bear in mind, though, these guys do need to find, so they will take their time. We can't just rush them out, so you might have to be patient in terms of the purchase on this one. I just want to let you know from day one, because they won't be moving out. There will be a chain. They will need to find a property in a different location by the coast. So there we have it. 707 342 is my number. Enjoy the weather, guys, and I look forward to hearing from you.